We're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl Siren right here on the Siren Speak Show. Hello, y'all. How are you? Y'all, please excuse me while I adjust the piece, honey, because this thing is just not acting right, but it is acting right at the same damn time. So shout out to y'all, you guys, and happy, Monday. It is Monday, y'all. We're going to be talking about some stuff, y'all. We're going to be splitting these lives up where we're going to talk about, health, mental health, spirituality, all of that stuff in the first half. And then the latter half, we're going to talk about love, because y'all be messaging the hell out of me after the live when it comes to relationships with questions, okay? And it's funny and it's cute at the same time. But like I say, I appreciate y'all. So we're going to talk about the main topics. We're going to go ahead and get on into them. Let's see what's going on with my thing. Let's see. Why is this looking like that? Okay. Is it live? It's live. Okay. So the topic is honor the pause, okay? The need for us to honor the pause, okay? We're going to talk about what that means. We're also going to be discussing the definition of a slider, okay? Because y'all, it's like, Sarah, hold up, what's this slider thing when it comes to relationships? Give me a little more information on that. So we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about how to, look wealthy and how to feel sexy in your relationship, regardless of how long you've been with this person, whether it's new or whether it's, old, regardless. We want to continue to feel sexy. We want to continue to look sexy. We want to continue the romance in our connections. So we're going to talk about all of it, okay? Love advice in 2026. Before we get started, y'all, let's go ahead and cleanse and shield this energy, honey. This is how I'm telling y'all. This is why Sarah don't ever really have to deal with any haters, okay? Not people who really come in trying to attack and all of that stuff. Honey, I shield them out of my energy. Now, the downside to that is that, oh God, what is the downside? The downside to that is not too many people can view the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because my energy is so shielded and so protected, it's like, not too many people can come over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like you put that barrier up around yourself and then that's that. You know what I'm saying? So I always be like, I don't understand why, people don't just say, even in real life, like when I'm out and about, it's like people are, I don't want to say intimidated by me, but people really don't with me like that in real life. Like they respect me, they say hi, they open the door, they converse with me and stuff like that. But people really don't latch on to me or try no mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people can go out and say, oh my God, I had a horrible day. The waitress was mean to me, or the cashier was negative to me, or I had a horrible experience when I went to Walmart, or I walked in Walgreens and somebody was in there and I bumped into them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I am so grateful that I really do experience the higher side of, I would have to say 99% of the people that I come in contact with. So I'm grateful for that. Shout out to the good Lord, okay? Because your girl really do appreciate that. Yes, I do, right? So anywho, we're going to talk about the need for you guys to honor the pause. Because during our consultations and during our counseling sessions, a lot of you tell me how you feel stuck. A lot of people feel stuck. Like they feel like whether you have just, started to feel stuck or whether you've been feeling stuck for a while. You know what I'm saying? You feel like nothing is moving. I just really want to move into this next level of my life, or I just really am ready to see something happen or something come out of whatever it is that you're doing. And when I say honor the pause, you guys, sometimes that pause is the most critical part of you moving into your next level. I think a lot of us, we feel like the minute we do something, we're so ready for the result of it, and sometimes God wants us to appreciate, okay, the path. He wants us to appreciate that move that we just made. And the need to honor the pause, the need to peace and be still. A lot of us think that when we be still, that means nothing is happening. A lot of us think that when we relax and when we rest, that means nothing is going on. I'm going to tell you something. When you rest, when you are at rest or at peace, that is when the most work is being done. But the work that's being done is being done internally. It is when your cells, the cellular energy on the inside of you is saying, okay, he or she has done this, which means they're ready for this type of energy. This is when your cells are now in there talking to each other and they're metamorphosing and they're changing into a higher version of themselves so that now you can be ready to start to experience on the outside that change that you have been working so hard towards. A lot of you forget the most critical step in your growth is peace. It's taking a break, knowing when to rest, knowing when to be still. A lot of us feel like that stillness means nothing is happening. That stillness is when the most critical aspect of your next level is happening. Okay, that stillness, when you need to, a lot of people I know, they say, I sleep when I'm dead. You're already dead, right? You're already dead. You're already alive. Trust me, there's no such thing as I will sleep when I'm dead because your body is going to shut down. Your body needs its rest. Your cells, when the inside of you starts to grow, that is when you feel the most exhausted. It's not about what's happening on the outside of you. It is everything that is taking place on the inside of you so that your outside can change, because your outside is not going to change until the inside changes, meaning you have to become the version, the frequency of the person that is in that position that you're working so hard towards. Okay? So whenever your body asks for rest, give it rest. Every day, you should be allotting a certain amount of time for your body to rest so that your cells can say, okay, he or she has done all of this work throughout the day. So now we have to go ahead and catch up. Now we have to go ahead and start multiplying and start vibrating towards a higher version because this person has done this. It's kind of like, for example, let's say you work out that day, right? And you burn a lot of calories. Now your body is going to say, hold up. Tomorrow when you get up, guess what? You're going to be 2 pounds smaller when you get up in the morning and you weigh yourself. What happened between the time that you went to sleep and the time that you got up and you weighed yourself? What happened? Your cells started to go into that thing that they do to become that smaller version of you. Okay? Sometimes it's going to do that to become the smarter version of you. Maybe you took a class today and you learned some things. Now your cells has got to catch up to this new version of you. So we need to honor the pause in your life. Let's stop thinking that the pause means that you're failing. Nothing is happening. If you know you have been doing a lot of work, if you know you have been making a lot of moves towards where it is that you're trying to go, what it is that you want to do, and you get to that point where your body is so tired and so exhausted where you have to rest, let it do its thing. Trust your body. Okay, sometimes you have to rest, you have to pull back, okay, from people, from doing certain things. Sometimes if you work out a lot, sometimes your body may require a rest where you like, okay, I have to take a day off or 2 days off throughout the week. Let your body rest, right? If there's something that you're trying to do, as far as starting a business and you've been networking and going to a whole bunch of meetings with people and, doing things on the computer and all of that stuff, listen, let your cells catch up to the work that you have done. Let your body rest, okay? We have to find the respect and the honor of the pause. We all need to have that pause in our life in some way, shape, and form. And we have to stop feeling guilty, because I feel like society has gotten us to a point where it makes us feel guilty. You feel guilty when you like, tomorrow, I'm just going to sleep the day out. Do that. If that's what your body is saying to do, then that's what you need to do. And you need to not feel guilty, okay, about sleeping throughout the entire day. Because I'm going to tell you something, a lot goes on the inside, you guys. We have to let our body heal. The body is the vessel. It's the main thing. It's the main character of your whole life is your body in this third dimension. And of course, your spirit needs that vessel so that it can get things done, so that it can experience things. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of that vessel. You want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can, right? Now, a lot of us are saying, Siren, I'm having a hard time switching up the way it is that I eat, or, I'm having a hard time, letting go of this habit, or I'm having a hard time, staying away from these people, or whatever it may be. A lot of you have, we discuss in our consultations and in our counseling sessions. And I always tell you guys that I will bring majority of the answers over here on a more global so that, we all can get some sort of, understanding about what it is that's going on in society. Now, we are all going through, not we are all, the earth, the planet, okay? Earth is going through a reset. Now, she has been going through this reset for quite some time. This is not something new. This reset, to me, has been taking place since about 2018, right? Where this reset started to, happen, either 2017 or 2018, where I, Siren, have noticed it. Now, I believe that it actually really, truly started in 2012 or 2013. I would say 2012 was the last, and as of 2013, it started to change. But as of 2017 is where I started to notice, a lot of changes, okay? But I think that's where it affected me the most, that's where my eyes were open to the fact of it's something going on. Now, this reset is making a lot of us uncomfortable, okay? Because with this reset, we're having to vibrate towards a higher frequency. Earth is now starting to vibrate towards a higher frequency, right? And a lot of us are trying, it's kind of like the old phones. Let's say if you had like a iPhone 12. Okay, let's go back. Let's say you got an iPhone 6. If you try to use that in today's energy, the phone is very slow. It doesn't really, it don't add up to the internet. It doesn't have any of the latest apps. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they had many apps back there. I think you still had the website where you had to go into the website. I don't even think they had apps back then, right? So if you're trying to use an outdated phone, okay, or device in today's society, it's going to be rather slow. You're not going to have access to much. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have access to Cash App because it doesn't vibrate towards that old phone. So it's kind of like that. When it comes to our bodies, you guys, a lot of us, we're like the iPhone 8 right now, okay? That's where we are. The way you get out of that, you guys, is you have to be ready for this reset. You have to be ready for a major upgrade. A lot of us haven't upgraded since the iPhone 8. A lot of us internally are still vibrating towards iPhone 12. We got to see where we are. Earth, to me, according to Siren, is moving into the 6th dimension, okay? We're moving into the 6G, which they've already introduced it, but they didn't tell anybody. Okay, so it's kind of like the 6G has been here, and a lot of people are getting confused, like what's happening, what's going on? Things just doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. I'm all over the place. I feel sad. I feel horrible. I feel happy. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. It feels like everything that I'm trying to do, no matter what I do, nothing is working out, because I don't care how hard you try to get the iPhone 8 to add Cash App to it, it's not going to be able to add these apps to it, because that phone just does not vibrate towards these new energies. So a lot of you, there are things about you that are outdated. There are things about you that you are not able to move forward with these energies, with these thought processes, with these ways. Some of you, it's even the way that you eat. It's some things that you drink. It's some things that you believe. It's some things that you do. It's some things that you don't do, right? A lot of you, it is going to take quite a bit of things for you to catch up to this new 6G, because like I said, I feel like they kind of threw us into 6G and they didn't tell us. That's my thing. Like, when did y'all throw us into 6G? Why are y'all still telling us that we're in 5G? We're not. We came out of 5G, I believe, according to Siren, okay, I believe we came out of 5G around 2020. 2021. I believe that's why once they introduced 6G prematurely, okay, I don't think it was time for 6G to be introduced to us as of yet because we weren't ready for that energy. And I believe as of 2020, this is why everything seems to be so out of place and all over the place, because we were introduced prematurely to an energy that none of us even knew about. We had no idea. So what happens in 6G, it vibrates from a, it vibrates from a, what is the name of it? I can't even think of the word that I'm trying to say. From a carbon, okay? It vibrates from a carbon-based body. So 5G, according to Siren, 5G and under, okay, vibrates towards a carbon-based body. 6G is mandating, not requiring, not asking, mandating a crystalline body. A lot of us have been struggling to get into this crystalline body since 2017, 2016, which is when the crystalline body was starting to be implemented, right? And then they dropped 6G on us prematurely, okay? And we have been experiencing lots of issues. I think this is why a lot of people are tuning up with the big C, okay? We got the HIV. We have so many other things. They have a HIV 1 and 2. Okay, excuse me. They have so many different things that are popping up now, and people are experiencing so many different issues, and people are having, heart episodes. People are literally barely surviving and barely holding on. But we have to make sure that we are ready to reset, you guys. You need to be able to reset. It's time for all of us to have a mandatory upgrade because it is mandatory now. 6G is not playing with us. Earth is not playing with us, okay? We have to make sure that we are now aligning with the frequencies that are in the environment that we are in. Animals and all, you guys, I don't know if you realized it or if you've seen or heard anything about new bugs that are popping up, okay? Old bugs are gone, like not dying off, gone, okay? We got new flies. You guys, we have new mosquitoes. We don't have the same mosquitoes from back in the day. Well, we got new roaches, okay? We have new pigs. We have new chickens. Like, there are a lot of things out here that are new. There are new sea animals that they're coming in contact with that are popping up, okay? There's a lot of things in this new frequency because the old frequency, those things they don't vibrate. They don't exist in this frequency, okay? Remember, everything is about frequency. Everything is about energy, right? So, as I, Siren, have been going through this shift, have been going through this reset, okay? As I've been going through this reset, you guys, I've been noticing a lot of things. I've been documenting things. I've been, paying attention to things. And I've been working with the energies as I see fit, right? I've been, fine-tuning myself in to a lot of these frequencies, right? Listen, okay. So I came up with, okay, I created a aura reset bath. This bath here is not a joke, okay? It's a bath and it comes with a candle. Fire! It's so powerful, you only need one. Okay, you only need one, right? Because I don't want you to take a few of them and next thing you know, we have a hard time keeping you in your body. I'm serious. Your spirit will start to because you're going to vibrate too high. It's impossible to take on this frequency. And I'm only talking to y'all from experience. Okay. Siren is the trier and the trial and error of everything that spiritual candies create. Okay, you will have a hard time staying in your body. Your spirit will want to, you know what I'm saying? You will be all over the place. As you get this reset, it can be very detrimental to some people because some people don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I'm very selective, okay, as to who it is that I will let, purchase this bath. Like, seriously. So for those of you who have been working with me, and those of you who sometimes after a consultation or two, I can kind of see and feel where people are, I will, invite them to go ahead and take the bath. So I'm waiting on the testimonies because I have a few people that have already taken the bath. So we're not taking it, but they've already ordered it. So I'm just waiting on a few testimonies. I cannot wait for that. This is a very, very powerful bath, you guys. Let me see. Let me make sure if it's on the site, because I'm hoping. I'm like, I don't know. I know I had to put it up for people to purchase, but I don't think. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Edit. Yeah. Okay. We did update the name. Lord Jesus. Yes, this bath here. So I basically took the bath. And y'all, when I say, oh my word, oh my freaking word, okay, I was just like, this is insane. My life, y'all, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. I started going through some stuff. I started seeing things from a totally different perspective. That's why I say you have to honor the pause. Honor the pause, because in order for you to move forward, sometimes you have to stop. You have to look at everything from a different perspective, okay? And then you can make decisions based on this higher perspective. And that's what this bath does. It puts you in a position to where, things that you were like, you didn't even know. You didn't even think that way. Like, y'all, I mean, I can't even express or explain how my life is changing. Okay? Tremendously, y'all. I'm making so many shifts when it comes to spiritual candies. I'm making so many shifts when it comes to Siren. I didn't know how bad I was holding myself back when it comes to spiritual candies. Y'all, I have literally been keeping myself in like a bubble, and I didn't know that. I couldn't see that, not from the version of me that was in that. No. So when I did this reset, y'all, oh my God, my whole life is resetting. I'm getting rid of so many things that I'm just like, I never thought, y'all, it's a little, I don't want to say scary, but it's a little like intimidating, okay? And I don't even want to say overwhelming, because I'm grateful for it, right? But it's a little intimidating, you guys. I'm making some boss moves in my life, some moves that I'm like, who do you think you are? Like, girl, like, and not questioning nothing. I have so much clarity, and I'm just like, let's go, let's do it. That's done, that's done, that's done. I'm putting my mind to things, and I'm just getting it done, and I'm challenging myself, y'all. I have not challenged myself in so long. I am now challenging myself. I'm going harder, right? So just for a small little thing, right? Y'all know, for those of you who watch my vlogs, right? I'm always doing like, my 10,000 steps a day. Y'all, I don't push that thing up to like 18 to 20,000 steps. I'm like, who do you think you are? Right? And why haven't you been thinking you were this person a long time ago? Y'all, that's just a little small gesture of what I'm trying to say, right? For those of you who know, with me and my little ice thing, y'all, I have not had ice in a couple days now. I don't know who, it's just, the thing about it is I was an ice eater, right? Y'all, listen, for those of you who are ice eaters, Chick-fil-A got the bomb ice. Okay, I'm just going to tell y'all. I'm just going to throw y'all on it right there, but you got to catch the right Chick-fil-A. And when you get the right Chick-fil-A, usually they stick with the good ice. But listen, so I did this bath. I reset my aura. I reset myself, right? This bath is so powerful. The instructions say you cannot eat 24 hours before taking this bath. You cannot eat. Do not eat 24 hours before taking this bath, right? And it comes with a candle, right? So when you get this bath and you take it, first of all, y'all, I don't even want to talk too much about it. But anyway, this thing here, y'all, I went to Chick-fil-A, right? This was after, not even right away. This was like way after I took the bath, right? So I went to Chick-fil-A. I was going to Chick-fil-A every day, y'all. That was just my thing to do because I love ice, right? You know, my little iron is low, so you know, I'm a little ice eater, right? And this is one Chick-fil-A that, every time I go there, they ice just fire. They ice on point every time I go there, right? So I went there and I noticed the ice started tasting salty. And I'm just like, what is that? Like, why all of a sudden the ice tastes salty? So I didn't go for like a day. So I went back a day after that and I got a new fresh cup of ice and it was salty again. I said, I'm like, what's up with the ice? Like, why is it tasting so? So I went to a whole other, I threw that ice out. I was like, the whole thing. I threw it out. Went to a whole other Chick-fil-A. The ice is salty. Okay. I reset my aura, y'all. I'm just like, I can't even eat the ice the way I used to. I'm like, I had to catch on to what was happening. So there are so many other things, y'all. I could sit here all day and talk about this, but I'm not, okay? It's called the Aura Reset Bath. Very, very, very critical bath, very necessary. I think everybody, honestly, should take one of these baths, but I think you need to be ready because this right here, when it resets you, it seems like outdated programming falls off. Now, these are small, low vibrational, little small things, okay? I don't think these are major programmings that have been done for us. These are enough of the small programming that falls off because you start to see things for just differently. You become a different version. You're like a newer version of yourself, okay? Now, hopefully everyone who takes this bath, because you have free will, you will stick with this newer reset, okay, version. It's like you've updated or you've upgraded your phone. Now you've upgraded yourself, right? So you'll be thinking differently. You'll see things differently. You'll want different things. It's a lot, okay, that you will experience. And for those of you who are taking the elixir with it, you're going to be like Wonder Woman. Okay, Wonder Woman and Superman, honey. It's a whole other world. So this is what I did, you guys. And this is what I have pretty much been up to. And I've just, like I say, I know that I am a different version of myself. I know that I am a higher version of myself. The way that I eat, the things that I want to eat. For those of you who have hard time getting rid of, your habits, like you have a hard time getting rid of your eating habits or drinking habits or social habits or scrolling on social, whatever your habits may be, I think this is a great bath. I think everybody needs this. This is why Spirit gave it to me. And I feel like everybody needs that reset. It's time for all of us to get an upgrade because, like I said, Earth has moved into 6G. Okay. They have now introduced 6G, you guys. And like I said, a lot of us, it's not fair that we didn't know that. They didn't tell us that. They didn't warn us. They didn't ask us anything. They just dropped it on us, you guys. And we've been trying to struggle to keep up with the energy that we did not even know existed. Okay. So, yes, all of us, we're going to need the reset. We're going to need to increase our frequency. We're definitely, going to need to do this so that we can move. I feel the need to do this so that we can move into, a higher vibration, a higher experience. So for those of you who are feeling stuck, for those of you who are feeling like no matter what you do, you're not getting the results, or maybe you're getting results, but they're very slow or very small or minuscule, and you're doing a lot of work with a little result, there can be some resistance in your frequency that you need to address, okay? There can be some resistance in your identity that you need to address as well. I have been working with quite a few, not many people on this, where It's the identity crisis. I think that's the next phase of work that I'm going to be addressing with people is the identity crisis. I think that is a critical part of moving into 6G. 6G requires you to be in your right energy. It's like you cannot move into 6G under the false identity that we were born into, meaning with the birth certificate, meaning with, all of the restrictions that may have been placed upon us as babies. When they stamp your feet on that birth certificate, they're getting your little innocent signature, and things of that nature. And, all of the other things that we have been subject to and we have been binded towards starting from birth, okay, which is a identity that I, Siren, do not believe is your true identity. I myself had to go through this identity crisis, and this is why I started to introduce it to those, mainly my VIP members that I work with, getting them out of that identity crisis, because 6G is not going to let you, I don't care what it is. 6G is not going to let you move through it under that false identity that we were all born into. There's a lot, okay, that, has been just lied to, a lot of misinformation, you guys, as far as the month, okay, when you were born, you think that that's the month that you were born in, but that really wasn't the month that we were in. So your whole birth certificate is a lie, the date, the month, the year, all of that. But it doesn't make the year is irrelevant, honestly, okay? The year is so irrelevant. The day is a little relevant, but that month is the main thing. Okay, so if you were born in October, or your birth certificate say October, but we were really in July. You know what I'm saying? It creates this entire false narrative. And how can you move forward in life under a false identity? So 6G is mandating, okay, that you move forward under your true identity and your authenticity. So this is why a lot of us are experiencing, a lot of chaos right now. This is why the world, as we see it, allegedly is experiencing a lot of chaos because of the lies. It's the continuation of the lies and the continuation of the false narrative that we were born into, which is preventing us from ascending. Okay, but 6G is mandating that you know who you are. 6G is mandating that you step into your real energy. Okay, otherwise you will continue to remain in 5G, 4G, whatever, not the fourth dimension, but third and fifth. A lot of people are having a hard time with that. A lot of people are still in the third dimension, you guys. Okay, some people are in the fifth dimension. Some people are in the sixth dimension, right? Excuse me. And you'll be able to know, what dimension you're in by what your life is like, what it is that you're going through. It's hard. That's why you notice a lot of stores are closing. They don't vibrate to the sixth dimension. In the fifth dimension, they still exist. In the third dimension, Toys R Us is still over there. Okay. Somebody right now still shops at Toys R Us. Okay. In the fifth dimension, Toys R Us is not there. Sixth dimension, it doesn't even exist, okay? And there are a lot of stores that are like Starbucks, and there are a lot of those that don't exist in the sixth and seventh dimension, okay? They're already out of business over there. Well, they didn't even make it over there. That's why you see a lot of stores closing. They're starting to wean out. So as you start to hear and see all of that, that's when you can see the transition that is happening. And that's like an outer experience that is showing you that a transition is happening. And that's what the out with the old, in with the new type of energy is showing us as well. Okay. So let me see. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who came in and gave this video a big old fat thumbs up. I appreciate it, y'all. Thank y'all so much. You guys, thank you, because that takes, that really does make a huge difference to these YouTube streets, honey. They, for whatever reason, honey, they want to know if y'all like it or not, child. So shout out to each and every one of you. And like I say, thank you so much for giving this video a big old fat thumbs up. All right. So we are now going to talk about love. So we talked about honoring the pause. Okay. Honoring the pause, you guys, the need to, take a rest, the need for you to take a step back, that way you can evaluate everything that's going on. A lot of you are stuck in the fifth dimension. You're trying to get into the sixth, but you can't. because there's something about you that you need to know, a truth about you that is your key to getting you into the sixth dimension. So if you want to know exactly what that is, you want to work on yourself, you guys, definitely, I would say, see if you can invest in the aura reset. Okay. See if you can invest in an aura reset bath, you guys. And then after that, get you like a follow-up consultation after you do the aura reset. And go from there, y'all. This is very critical. I can only put the stuff out there. It's up to y'all to do it. Everybody have their free will, but it's a reason why we feel stuck. It's a reason why we don't see the results. It's a reason why, and that all has to do with your frequency. I don't care who you are. You can have billions of dollars, but you can still be in the third dimension. The third dimension has billionaires over there. Okay. The third dimension has billionaires over there. They have all the money, but they don't have the frequency, and they still over there trying to buy their way out into the fifth dimension, and it don't work. Okay. You cannot buy your way into the sixth and seventh dimension. It does not happen. Okay. You have to vibrate towards the frequency of those dimensions, and it's just going to go up from here, you guys. Okay. It really, truly is. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about love, you guys. We're going to move over into love because the last time we came on here, I told you guys about my sliders. Okay, and for whatever reason, y'all just find that so amusing. Like, Siren, what is this slider? Who is a slider? And, I guess I got slider, Siren. I guess this is my slider, Siren. This is Stanley is my slider, Siren. Cleophas is my slider, Siren. Listen. Let me explain to y'all what a slider is, because a lot of you know that's not a slider, okay? Okay, let's talk about the rules and the laws of a slider or having a slider, okay? First things first. I pop up, freaks all the hunt. Okay, so a slider is someone he's in between, or she's in between. They're a partner, not even a partner. They're just a NPC. They can never be a main character. They are just an NPC. They are just there to fill in the midst of a gap. So when you go through your pause moment in your relationships where you're not seeing anybody at all. Okay, you just chilling, you're focusing mainly on work, getting yourself together, you're focused on maybe, buying a home or whatever it is. Now, this is where, you can have a slider. A slider is just someone who comes through to entertain you in between relationships. Now, the laws of a slider. A slider is usually a young person. A slider cannot be over 27 years old, according to Siren. There are no 50-year-old sliders. The reason why, I don't care how old you are, your slider is just a young person who is in a part of their life where they would not typically be able to afford, a woman or a man of your stature, right? They would not be able to take you out to a nice dinner because they probably don't make that much money. Maybe they're in college. You know what I'm saying? A nice little college football player. Now, I usually don't date the main football players, but they haven't had that many concussions. So a nice little college basketball player, nice little college football player, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be all famous and stuff when they get older, a nice little just general college student, somebody who's in college, maybe he is the cute little kid where, and I know this sounds very predatory, but it is what it is, okay? This is just sliders, okay? Maybe it's the cute little kid when you went to get your coffee at Starbucks and, he was there and he was just admiring you like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I wish I could, be with a woman like you. And you like, you can, Listen, a slider is young. I would say anywhere from like 20 to 26, right? It's very young. Okay. And even for the men, I know y'all, sliders are not anybody who you're going to take serious. Like, you cannot date a slider. You cannot turn a slider into a mate. Okay. A slider cannot ever become your significant other. Remember, these are people who, that's why I say it's like you're doing community service. You're giving back. You know what I'm saying? You're putting that energy back into the earth. by saying, okay, I gave him or her an opportunity to be with someone, you know what I'm saying, who they would never get the chance of being with in the real world. Like, you're too mature, you're too sexy, you're too boom. You just got a lot going on. And it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? It gives like a thin line between love and hate, you know, with the lady, and Martin was just so not her type, you know what I'm saying? But she did that community work, and she messed around and fell in love with the Slidder. That's why the Slidder can never be the significant other. They're just a Slidder. They're only there to slide in between the gaps. That's it. Now, when it comes to a Slidder, I'm going to give it anywhere from like a 3-month to maybe 4 or 5 month tops. A Slidder is not there for years and no, that's not a Slidder. When you got to know how to cut it off, because see, in the Slidder relationship, you're the mature one. Okay, you're the mature one, right? So it's like, you know, okay, it's been 3 months. Okay, I haven't met anybody. The Slidder been coming through. Let me just get my little one more time, and that's it. That's it. I'm out. That's it. You got to cut them off. You got to cut them off. Otherwise, they will get comfortable. And then when you do get somebody, they gonna want to pop up on you and be like, I thought it was about me. No, you have to be very, very, very truthful with the Slidder to let them know that we're just having fun. This is nothing serious. Come on now, you're going to find you somebody that's around your age, or, you know, you're going to find you somebody that's on your level or whatever, but, you know, we're just having fun in between. And another thing, don't be getting mad when the Slidder decide he want to get a boo or she want to get a boo. You have to be able to say, you know what, I'm so happy for you. Okay, we had fun. It was nice while it lasted, and I hope whatever it is you into lasts a lifetime and you find a lot of happiness, joy, and bliss. You know what I'm saying? And you got to move on. You don't ever be trying to check the Slidder about why they got, oh, you got, so I know you over there with your little girlfriend, or no, shut it up. What are you doing? You checking the Slidder? Oh my God, the Slidder is equivalent to a dildo. Okay? The Slidder is equivalent to what they call the other ones, the rabbit or the rose or whatever else, electronic, you know, the Slidder is just the real, you know what I'm saying, version of that, right? So you got to know the rule of the Slidder, y'all. Please stop trying to turn the Slidder into a mate. That's not what you do. Okay? You cannot turn the Slidder into a mate. They are just a date. You do not go anywhere with the Slidder. You do not go on dates. They do not take you out to eat. Now, if they coming over late and you want them to bring you some food, you know, maybe stuff like that. But no movie dates. No, that's not what the Slidder does. No, you got a room. Listen, yeah, I'm over here at the Marriott on such and such. I'm in room such and such. Okay, that's Slidder contact right there. You know, it's not meet me at the hotel. I mean, meet me at the restaurant. Let's go out to eat. Let's watch it. No. Okay, that's not the rule of the Slidder, you guys. Okay, the Slidder is strictly when you go on your dresser and you pull out that dang old dildo. Are you trying to go to the movies with it? Are you trying to go out to eat with it? No. Honestly, it's that's why I say the Slidder has got to be somebody young and kind of immature, not like a grown man. No, a grown man got to pay. You got the money, you got to pay. If you got the finances, you cannot be a Slidder. You cannot have a Slidder who work a good job and making plenty money and can pay bills. That's not a Slidder. That's why I say a Slidder is just a cute, you know, pretty young thing. I want to love you, PYT, pretty young thing. You know what I'm saying? You catching them before he get all grown and stuff and all that. You're catching them young, you know, just a little Slidder. That's it. That's it. Nothing. That's it. Keep it simple. All right. You don't want to ask for nothing else. You don't want no money from them. Nothing. Nothing. None of that. Trust me, they're going to love you forever. They gonna love you. They gonna be in love with you. They are gonna want to marry you if you got the right Slidder, okay? Honey, listen, I had my child. They was looking for me, honey. Social media, I had to get on. Oh, child, I'm Slidder be trying to find you, girl. Oh, I miss you. Oh no, skirt that changed my get me off of the We already talked about that 30 years ago. Bye. Okay. Don't be looking for me, honey. Child, listen, I cut them off quick. I'll be like, all right, look, this was fun. This was I hope you had a really good time. I enjoyed you so much. You know what I'm saying? You did everything. I loved everything that you did. I appreciate you and I wish you well. You got to cut it off. You don't want to extend the slider. Please do not extend the slider. Do not try to turn that into a relationship. Okay? Do not try to make it more than what it is. No dates. Okay? No dates, whatever. He's going, oh, I want to take you. No, you don't. No, that's not what we're doing. You know what to do. Come here, come here, come here. You know what to do. Yeah, that's all the slider is, y'all. That's it. Okay, it's not a relationship. It is just a contract. It is a short term. You know how you have full-term positions, and then you have part-time, full-time, and then you got just a temporary. That's what it is. It's like the Christmas people you hire. You don't plan on keeping them. They just there to fill the need. You know what I'm saying? That's what the slider is. Okay, it's like just a little temporary position. Okay, that's all it is. It's not full-time. It's not permanent. This is just a temporary position. And if you do it right, so after you're done with the slider, you want to give yourself about a couple months to, get yourself back together and then get back out in the dating scene. That way you don't have your slider meshing in with your dating scene, okay? Because, you will go out with a dude and, you know what I'm saying, you could be with him for 5 months. If you got a slider, you don't need him. You don't ever want to give him any. You're like, you got to worry about it. Because you got your slider. That's not fair. Now, that's not fair. We're not doing this to be unfair, okay? That's not fair. If you got a man in your life and he's taking care of you, he's paying bills, he's showing you that he, is interested, he's willing to court you, he's doing the necessary things, then you got to give yourself and him the opportunity to engage in a true and honest connection, okay? So that's why I say you want to exit out of the sliders, maybe like about 2 months, 2 to 3 months. Give yourself enough time to clean up, get all that energy off of you. Y'all know what to do. Get all that energy off of you and then get yourself ready to go back out in the dating scene, okay? So let's talk about the need to look, feel sexy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you are telling me that you're having a hard time keeping his attention or keeping her attention, keeping their attention. Like, what? Okay, so you want to definitely make sure, and this is for my single and married folk, okay? So for all of my married ladies, you definitely want to make sure that you are able to keep your husband excited. You want to make sure that he's coming home to a nice little sexy little something. You know what I'm saying? You just sitting up there like, hey, babe. You know what I'm saying? You want to be very flirtatious. You want to make him still feel like he got it. You don't want to make him feel old. You want to tell him how sexy he look in his clothes. How, dang, babe, you ain't gained out of power. Like, still look sexy from when we met. Let me see. Oh, you look good in them jeans, babe. You know what I'm saying? You want to grab his butt sometimes. You want to rub his back down the middle of his back when y'all in the grocery store, especially when he buying a grocery. That's all sexy and stuff. You want to rub your hand down his back. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like giving him compliments and stuff, letting him know how he still got it, how he's sexy or whatever. Now, if you got an old grumpy man with a big beer belly and, he just all out of shape, you just going to have to, maybe give him some nice cologne or something. You smell good. You may not look good, but you smell good, baby. You smell real. I like when you wear that cologne. So, of course, you want to still flirt with your husband. You want to still make him feel sexy. You want to still make him feel, needed. You want to make his favorite meal. You want to get up on the weekends when both of y'all off and, make a good breakfast for the both of you to eat and sit down and enjoy. And, we don't need to go out today, baby. I want you all to myself. I don't need nobody looking at you today. I like to do that when it comes to my husband, okay? I like to make him feel like I'm all jealous and stuff. I'd be like, I ain't taking you out today because see, I don't got time for when they be checking you out. I don't got time. You be having me about to go to jail up in here, honey. So, I like to kind of make him feel like, I'm just a little, jealous. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, babe. Babe. See, they check you out. Who that is, answer the phone. Especially when he be on the phone with like customer service and it be like a little chick. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, she sound like she interested in you. What that is? He be like, man, you tripping, man. Chill out. But I be having him feeling like, I'm really like intimidated or like I'm really feeling like a little, what I'm saying, insecure. That's kind of sexy. Not that you're really insecure, but you're kind of hinting towards, who is that girl at your job that be answering the phone like that? Like she answered the phone like she like you, just little stuff like that. So definitely, flirting, with your significant other, you guys, you definitely want to keep that going. A lot of y'all just don't have strong enough conversations for me. Like, y'all be so damn direct and so, boring with it and stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something you did not know, okay? Or maybe some of you did know. Years ago, your girl Siren was a phone sex operator. Yes, I was, honey. Yes, I did. I kept him on the phone. Yes, I did, honey. I was Savannah. Listen, your girl used to make a good coin describing a banana, okay? Yes, I did, because we were not able to use the explicit words, but we had to insinuate things. You know what I'm saying? Peaches, bananas, honey. I had a good conversation when it came to fruit. Yes, I did. I used to make a good coin. I kept them on the line, honey. So it gets to the point after a while, they would start requesting you, and that's what you want. You want your callers to request you. So, of course, I was old Savannah, honey. They used to be like, yo, can I speak with Savannah? I'm calling for Savannah. They'd be like, hot girl Savannah. So I'm like, Megan Thee Stallion, you did not make that up, honey. I was hot girl Savannah way back in the 90s. So, but anywho, and yes, y'all, listen. I had doctors. Listen, child, you'll be surprised what that doctor doing on his break, honey, because I had doctors on their lunch break. Yeah, I want to speak with Savannah. Honey, listen, I described their lunch to them. What are you eating today? Are you going to have a nice hard banana? I love a banana. Oh, can you peel that back? Just to give y'all a little something. But I'm just saying, y'all need to take that on to your relationships. That's what I'm saying. Like, I carry that throughout my relationships, not that type of conversation, but just the flirtatious. A man loves when you flirt with him. Like, he loves to feel like you really want him, like you really into him. You got to let him know how sexy he is. You got to let him know how important he is to you. You can't make him feel like he just doing stuff just to be doing it. Like, the minute he do something for you, you got to give him the biggest compliment. I'm not saying you got to kiss his arse like, oh, thank you. Oh, no, it's not like that, but you got to be like, oh my God, baby, I love the way you take care of me. Like, you just make me feel so safe and secure. I I haven't had to worry about anything since I met you, and he's going to be like, yeah, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I got you. I always got you. That's what I love about you. That's just so sexy to me. Like, it's been a long time since I've been with a man that made me feel safe and secure. And, you really just make me feel like everything going to be all right, no matter what. Like, since I've been with you, I just haven't been stressed like I used to be. Even if you do, you got to let him know, you know what I'm saying? So you can flirt with him like that. You really want to put that energy out there. You really want to make him feel like he's the one. Or if it's a girl you're with, you really want to make her feel like she's the one. You got to just learn how to stay connected and keep it interesting, because they're not used to nobody, probably, okay? But they're probably not used to anybody giving them compliments throughout the day, or, regardless of where it is, you got to find a way to compliment them. Okay. I don't care if you haven't talked to them all day. Maybe you haven't seen them since yesterday. And then today you're like, oh my God, it's just something about your voice. I don't know what it is, but you sound all nice and sexy today. I just love listening to your voice. Yesterday, it was a little lighter than this, but today it's like giving, yes, baby. I love this, honey. Let me hear you say my name. You got to flirt with them. Okay. You got to make those conversations interesting. You got to make him want to call you. You got to make him not want to hang up the phone. You got to make him want to put 25 cents in the slot per minute. You know what I'm saying? When he's on that phone with you, because he could get that regular conversation from anybody. Anybody he's on the phone with. What is different from your conversation than the next chick conversation? Okay, that's how you got to keep him interested. You got to keep him wanting to call. He ain't going to want to hang that phone up. He's going to want to, and you can always see, the thing I love about it is really keeping a man in fantasy. Men love the fantasy. Women do too, but, from a male's perspective, I guess, y'all will find that out. But men love the fantasy. Sometimes they just want to hear what you're going to do with their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell them what it is you're going to do with their money. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, baby. Like, when you give me this $2,500, oh my God, like, I am going to literally pull myself out of this ditch. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so ready to get this taken care of. I'm going to pay off like about a credit card. I'm going to pay, oh, you know what, baby? I'm also going to get that oil change. Oh my God, like you are really going to pull me up. Okay. I am so excited. I cannot wait till you give me this money, baby. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to also get some grocery because I want to cook like a steak with the potatoes. Remember I told you I'm real good at cooking that? I want to cook that too. So you're going to get to taste that and everything, baby. Like, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Like, you always helping me and pulling me up out of, you really gotta, like, he want to hear all of that. You know what I'm saying? Last thing he want to, oh, I need some money for this, or I need money for that, or make him feel like he is saving you. I'm serious. You have to provide the fantasy, y'all. Because if we thinking this blah, blah, rah, rah, boring, it ain't even all that serious type of stuff gonna keep them interested, it's not. So that's the way you keep him interested, is by really putting that energy into him. And like I say, this is for boyfriends. This damn hair. This is for boyfriends and husbands too, right? Especially husbands, because husbands will go to work all day, won't even call you once. I see you when I get home. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to want to make him like want to call you, like he wants to hear what you're going to say. The conversation is just so juicy every time he talks to you. You know, you flirt with him, or you give him some sort of compliment, or you just make him want to hear what the it is. Like, he'd be like, man, I'm finna call my wife. Oh, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm finna call my wife on my lunch break. You know, he can't wait to hear what it is that you're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And you just tell him like, oh my God, baby, I was looking at you today when you were getting ready for work, and you just look so good, babe. You still got it. You know that? I don't know if I told you yet, but you still got it, babe. You look real good. I'm just, oh God, I was like, look at my husband. You look all sexy. Keep flirting. Make him feel good. Make him feel loved. Make him feel wanted. Make him feel appreciated. Okay? So we got to stop thinking that everything is just going to fall in our hand. Everything is going to fall in our lap, and they're just going to be like machines and just want to do everything for you, because it's not going to be like that. You're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to put in your feminine energy. You're going to have to get in your feminine bag. Like, they don't want to be dealing with a dude, something bored and masculine. You know what I'm saying? Get dressed up. Look sexy. Get you some sexy stuff to wear around the house. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're married. Like, don't be wearing no ugly stuff. Like, get something very sexy. And when y'all go out, dress up. Go out as if you're going on a date, because you are. You're going. I think we forget that. You know, we get so comfortable in relationships after a while that it's like we forget, like, we're going on a date. You want to keep his eyes on you. Okay? You want him to feel like he got the baddest chick in the game rocking his chain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make him, like, when you step out, you better step out. You better look like money, like he just takes so good care of you when you walk up in there. And we're not talking about this. We're not talking about, you know, your boobs sitting up to the top. We're talking very classy. We're talking very sexy, because there are a lot of people out there right now that they boobs are out, that they butt is out. And then, you know, with them doing all this plastic surgery, everybody got a body, but not everybody got class. There are some women that are going to be up in there with a nice body that they done got all sculpted and etched and stuff, all etch-a-sketch women. That's what I call them. Etch-a-sketch ladies and stuff. And they going to look real good. But guess what? He's going to be sitting there like, y'all ain't got nothing up on my baby, boy. Y'all ain't got nothing up on my baby, honey. She got that sex appeal. She got that class. She just classy with it, you know? And you know, when he feels good about being next to you, when he feels good, because he's going to vibe off of your frequency. He's going to pick up off of how comfortable you feel, how confident you feel, you know, and he's always going to want to take you out. Babe, let's go out this weekend. Let's go out. He's always going to want to show you off. You know what I'm saying? And when I say show you off, it's just that damn, because any man can get a woman with a body. Any man can get that. That's nothing. That's easy access to them. That's come a dime a dozen. But to know that you have a woman, a sexy, beautiful, classy, you know, just wholesome goddess sitting next to you, oh, that makes him feel like he's sitting up there like this. He like, yeah, You know what I'm saying? He is definitely going to want to be all in those vibes. He's going to be all up in the fields, every time he take you out. He's going to want to take you out because he know every time he take you out, you step out looking good. That makes him look good. Okay? A man don't want to be up in there justifying why he with you. Well, back in her day. You know what I'm saying? Back in her day, you don't want a man having to explain to somebody why it is. Damn, homie, damn, you slipping, man. What's up with that one? And he like, man, back in her day before the kids or, whatever situation, that's the last thing you want. And regardless, if you've had kids, you can still feel sexy. You can still be sexy. I'm going to tell you something. I've been several places where I've seen women who you can tell that they, have had kids or whatever. But honey, the way they be dressed and looking, the way they sit down, honey, like, champagne, please. You know what I'm saying? I be like, get it, honey. Yes, I love it. People are going to be able to pick up on your confidence. Because a body is something anybody can get, but confidence is very hard to come by. A lot of women who have those etch-a-sketch bodies, they have no confidence. They are so insecure. That's why they keep placing themselves on a table, putting their lives at risk to get those etch-a-sketch body. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you have that confidence, regardless of what your body looks like, you have that sex appeal because confidence is very sexy, right? So you want to make sure you're putting energy into yourself, you guys. You need to know what your highs and lows are. You really need to take time to evaluate your highs and lows, meaning like your style of dress. What clothing, what style of dress makes you feel good? Those are your highs. What style of dress makes you feel relaxed? Those are your lows. Not that the lows are bad. But lows are when you go into the wash house, when you go into Walmart, Target, you know what I'm saying? Highs are when you stepping out with your piece. Okay. Highs are when you're going on that dinner date, right? Highs are when you're going out to maybe a family event, or maybe his coworkers are having something and the two of you are stepping out. Whenever you're going out on any type of, date or whatever. Now, when you're going by yourself, you can rock your lows. Like I said, when you're going to Walmart, Target, whatever, that's when you rock your lows. But I feel like anytime you step out with your man, you want to look your best. Even if y'all going to Home Depot, baby, put it together, okay? Make him feel good every time he's out with you. You have to be well put together. He like, damn, baby, we just going to Home Depot. You like, I know. You know what I'm saying? Listen, he gonna be rushing home, honey. He ain't gonna be trying to go, no, now I gotta go home, man. I gotta go home. He gonna be trying to get home from work every day because he know the way you step out. But if he know you step out with a slide and some bonnets and a summer dress on, he ain't worrying about nothing. He comfortable. You got to keep him on his toes, okay? You got to keep him like, oh, Lord Jesus, I got to hurry to get home because my girl, she finna go to Target and, you know what I'm saying? He got to feel like he can lose you at any moment because you always on point. He have to be uncomfortable with you doing anything by yourself. He gonna want to be on the phone with you, FaceTime. Where you at? Oh, what that is? Oh, okay. What you in the bread section? Who that is? That yeah? Who that is? Man, turn the camera. We're not trying to create anybody who's insecure. You know what I'm saying? But we're not trying to create nobody who's too cocky or too arrogant. They're not trying to break him down. We're just really giving him a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Keeping him on point to let him know that at any moment this could all be taken away. So you need to work hard to keep it. You know what I'm saying? You let him know what you like. You always got to let him know what you like, because if he's not giving you what you like, either he don't know what you like or he can't afford what you like. And that's a problem. Okay. That's a problem. That's a major problem. So you definitely got to make sure that, you're staying on your toes, and you ask him for something once. And I would say maybe twice. If he don't get it for you by the second time you ask, you go get it yourself. Okay. This is how you keep him in check, right? So you ask him for something. Hey, baby, you know what? The other day I was in the store and I was really eyeing this beautiful jean jacket that I want to go with my summer looks. I really love it. It's so cute, so I want to know if you can go ahead and get that for me. Like, please, baby, thank you. And let's say 2 days go by, he don't do it. Or he say, well, I'm gonna do it this weekend, you know, when I get paid or whatever, you know, well, I'm gonna give it to you Friday. I gotta go to the bank, right? Or, you know, I'm gonna transfer it to you, whatever. I'm gonna send you a cash out, whatever. You know how it may go, how it is for you. And let's say a couple days go by. And you said again, hey, baby, you know, the jacket that I saw, you know, I really hope to get one because they're going out. You know, I really want to get it. They only had a few left and I'm hoping that I could go pick it up. You know, I need you to send me the money. If he don't send you that money, the next time you see him, you want to wait till you gonna know you're going to see him. I want you to walk inside of the door with that jacket in the bag. He's like, oh, what's that? Oh, baby, this is the jacket, you know, that I went ahead and got it. You know, I was able to come in contact with a few coins. So, what you mean come in contact? Where you get money from? You got to make them think a dude bought it. You know what I'm saying? You got to make them think some money came from somewhere. You can't tell them, oh, you know, oh, no, it's just important. I just went ahead and pulled some funds together. That's all. Nothing major, baby. I really wanted this jacket. You know, or you got to make him feel like sometimes this may work if you're in a marriage, because that's something you do when you're like in a dating relationship, right? Your husband gonna want to know. You got to be like, yeah, I went ahead and borrowed from your sister. Yeah, I asked your sister for them, you know, them $88 for the jacket. I went ahead and borrowed. I told him I'm gonna give it back to him when I get some money. He's gonna be embarrassed like a mug. He's gonna be like, what the? Like, oh my God, here, get the money. Here. Listen, you got to make him feel like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay. I went ahead and called your sister and I asked her if she can loan me the money for this jacket that I really want. He's going to be pissed, y'all. He's probably going to be like, what? He's going to be a little embarrassed. So, of course, you know what I'm saying? You want to do something like that. That's why I'll be like, especially if he want everybody in the family to think like he take care of his wife. He got to, because you always fly. You always looking good. So, you know, that makes him look good. So everybody think, oh, he got it. They got it going on. So when you tell him that you called his sister and asked her to borrow money so you could get this jacket that you wanted and she gave it to, oh, she went ahead and gave it to me with no problem. It's just, it was only a few left and I really wanted to get my size. They had one more of my size, so I went ahead and got it. He is going to be perturbed and he don't ever want to experience. So you have to kind of like embarrass him like that once or twice. Hopefully he'll get the picture. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll start, you know, when you ask him for something in the future, he'll here you go. He don't want you calling his sister. No, go ahead, go get it. Just take my card. You know, he don't want you embarrassing him. So, you know, little things like that you may have to do, you know, not that you really called her, but you could just tell him that, you know what I'm saying, that you called her and you got it from his sister, little stuff like that, y'all. We don't want to do anything, well, oh, I called my ex, or no, we're not talking about that, especially for those of us who are married, okay? So yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you keep him interested, right? You definitely want to, you know, look your best, you guys. I know it's a lot of work. I'm going to tell you straight up. Just me going live, honey, with me having to beat this face and, you know, just get ready to go. I'd be like, oh my God, you know, but there's no way I'm going to come before you guys looking no hot mess. Now, those of you who watch my vlogs, you do get me on a hot, well, I don't even be feeling like a hot mess, but I be looking a hot mess, okay? But I don't be feeling it. I be feeling sexy. I don't care what you say, okay? Period, point blank, right? But anywho, and that's because that's the whole purpose of my vlogs, is to really break all of this down, to let you see Siren and let you see that I'm a natural, normal, human experiencing person, you know, just like everybody else. You know, everybody think that everything about me is all well put together and I figure everything out. No, I let you guys see my flaws, my highs, my lows, my everything. You know what I'm saying? Very raw. So that's the whole point of that. But you guys want to definitely make sure that, you know, you stay in your sexy bag when it comes to, you know, your man. Another way you can be sexy is, one, you want to keep your home, you know, put together. You know what I'm saying? You want to make him feel comfortable. I'm going to tell you, a man loves coming home to a beautiful, clean house. Okay? It don't have to be like beautiful, like highly decorated, but clean. A man loves walking in a house to a clean house. Okay, that is one way you are going to get him to forever take care of that damn household. Okay, he's going to love coming home to a clean house. He's going to love coming home to smelling dinner. Okay, he's going to love coming home to a sexy woman, right? Don't be having no damn bonnet on. Don't be having 2 braids going to the back. And I'm speaking to y'all from experience because sometimes they'll walk in and I won't have my little wig on, honey, especially, or I won't have my natural hair done or something like that. But when I comb my hair out and I beat up and, you know what I'm saying, baby, like, damn, girl, he be like, come here. He got to fill me up and stuff. He be like, damn, girl, that's how you got to keep it. When Bay and I were dating, listen, I knew that there were other women. There were other contenders. This is when he and I first got together, okay? I would have to say our first 2 years. Like the first year, it was just strictly me and Bay. The second year, I kind of feel like Bay was in an industry where he came in contact with a lot of women. Right? He was like a promoter. He had his own radio station. They had his own corner store. He was doing a lot. He was big in the community. He was, in with the politicians. He was in with all the radio stations. He was in with all of the schools. Listen, he was really out there. He was very popular and well known. And, he was an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the women, honey, it was something about when I got with Bay, I feel like I really made him, I leveled him up, okay? Partner, let me upgrade you. Yes, honey, I'm telling you, that whole song was me and Bay, for real. And, even though he was already doing his thing, I took him to that next level. So when women started to see him with me, it was like, oh my God, he must be something. Like he has this beautiful woman with him, he looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just that next level. I had him rocking purple labels for real. Like I really did level him up. I started, getting his clothes. I started dressing him and stuff. And you know how it go. And I feel like, a lot of women started coming out. Did he entertain a lot of them? I feel like maybe there were conversations to be had here and there, but I don't feel like there was ever a relationship or anything beyond that. But there were very much so plenty of women who were not only interested, okay, but running after him, like chasing him, okay, really wanting to be with him. But I was never really threatened. I was never threatened by that. I think that motivated me to step my game up because I was in a position where, okay, it's either going to be me or one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I had to keep him wanting to come to my house. Okay. I had to keep him wanting to be around me and taking me out. Like, So, I bought very sexy, like not really lingerie, but house, loungewear and stuff like that. Every time he came over, honey, I had on something different. My house stayed clean. It was smelling good. Your girl knew how to cook. You know what I'm saying? But I used to always want to go out to eat, honey. I was never I could cook, but I was like, take me out to dinner. They taken me all over Miami, child. We went to all the restaurants, everything on the beach, everything, whatever. I was there. So I think when it came to me, that's what made me stand out with him is that one, it was my demands, okay? The things that I wanted. I think I introduced him to a lot of new things. A lot of the chicks, I'll never forget, right? There was this one chick who Bay was talking to, right? And he bought her some shoes from this store called Bare Feet. Oh my God. I think in this store, the highest shoe was probably $35 or $45, maybe, right? And Bay was there because he was doing a promotion. The store had just kind of like opened up and they was paying Bay to promote their store on his radio stations. He had like, I think 2 or 3 of them at the time. So they was paying him to promote the store. So that's why Bay was like always at the store. You know what I'm saying? Really talking to the owners, collecting his coin or whatever. So one of the chicks from the radio station knew he was up there. And I don't know what happened. Anywho, he ended up buying her some shoes, some $25 shoes. And, I guess she went out telling the world like, oh, he bought me these shoes. He likes me and this and that. Honey, have several seats, okay? because he knew. They knew it wasn't nothing in that store he could buy me to make me happy. It was nothing in that store he could buy me to make me happy. Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, when I did go in there with him, because like I said, he was there always on business. The owner of the store, he was like, pick out whatever you like, whatever you want in here, you can have. Like, the owner was telling me I can have whatever I want in the store. And I was like, I'm okay. I'm good. And I'm like calling my sister. And I'm like, do y'all want some of these shoes and stuff up here? That man was like, get whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever. It don't matter. I don't care how much, when. So, when they saw that, when he saw that, like, that's how men responded to me. Hell, I told y'all, when we went out and we ran into Dennis Rodman took me shopping and brought me lunch right there in front of it. He seen how men respond to me, how they looking at what he has. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, wow, like Dennis Rodman took me shopping, y'all. Okay. Took me shopping right there in front of Bae. Like, Bae was there with him and Bae just chatting it up. And he told me in his piece, he was with some chick. He was like, listen, y'all, just whatever y'all see out here. We was like in all different type of boutiques. He was like, whatever y'all see out here, y'all get it. Whatever y'all want. And I'm just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy. But yes, that's how you want it to be. You want him to feel like you're the prize. You know what I'm saying? You have to be the blessing in his life. And he has got to be able to see that. And you got to help him to see that, right? Because all the other chicks who came up in that little store, that man was like, oh, those $25, oh, those $12, oh, those $35, whatever, they had to pay. But when I walked up in there, that man said, get whatever, you can have whatever you like, you can have. He was like, I didn't want anything. I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm okay. He was like, listen, you sure? He was like, whatever you want in here, the whole store is up to you, whatever you want, just take whatever you want. I was like, okay. But so put that effort into you, okay? Put it into you for you, because I feel good knowing that my husband is proud of his wife, that he feels like he has a prize. He feel like, whoa, like I'm in love with my wife. You don't just want him to be with you. You want him to be in love with you, okay? You really, truly do. And this is for husbands, this is for boyfriends, this is for girlfriends, this is for wives, okay? You really have to make sure you put the effort towards satisfying yourself and then satisfying your partner, okay? So I don't want anybody, when we do have our consultations and we have our counseling sessions, I don't want to hear anything else about the slider, okay? Oh, that used to be my slider. No. That used to be your slider. Now they're your bae. A slider can never be a bae. Okay? No, we're not going to do that. Okay? I hope I have been very clear with what you need to do as far as your frequency to level yourself up. Okay? And in regards to your relationship. Okay? First with self, then with your significant other, because it is very important for you to keep up on yourself. Okay. So with those things being said, you can go to spiritualcandies.com and you can get all of your needs, you guys, whether you need self-love, if you just need a little amp, because some people just need that little push. Some of y'all just really need that. Sometimes I need that push. Sometimes I have to do a self-love bath, or I have to use my self-love products to really feel myself again. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I go through a little funk where I'm just like, I'm feeling myself, or I don't put that energy into myself, or, especially as we age. I mean, your girl Siren is going to be looking at 60. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting up here like, oh my God, this could really get the best of me. I'm up in here working with everybody who's in their 50s. That's like my team. I'm like, dang, I'm not like a little young spring chicken. I'm like, but I feel like one. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Siren is closer to knocking on a 60s door, a 60 door. I'm looking at 60. I'm like, what? Like, oh my God, like that is insane. For real? But you want to feel sexy. You know what I'm saying? Even now, because when I met my husband, I was in my 20s. I was in my early 20s. I think I was 21 when I met Bae. I was 21 years old, y'all. Okay. I mean, it was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. And I still have to entertain this man and keep him interested. Yes, you do. That's work. Okay. Holding on to a relationship, that is work. That is not something that's just going to happen just because y'all been together that long. He could have left. I could have left a long time ago. But he kept me interested and I kept him interested. And that's what I love about my husband is that he still does things to keep me interested. He wear his hair the way I like it. When I met Babe was into afros. I was like, listen, I like a man with some locks. And Babe been wearing them ever since. You know what I'm saying? Because that's that Miami look. We like a good lock so we can, grab and, we have a little fun with them locks. So, he does things like that. That's something that his wife likes. So, of course, he's going to do that. Even with his style of dress. Child, Babe was a Dickies type of dude. Babe was dressing like Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube in the movies, child, honey. He was a Dickies type of dude. Now, he wears slacks. He'll wear y'all excuse him. He'll wear slacks. He'll wear like a blazer for me. He asked me like, what you think about this? You like this? Or, he really does value my opinion when it comes to his style of dress because your girl is like, she got a little style, So, he has switched the way he dressed. He has switched his mannerism and not just like, oh, he's not himself. He has just done this and become like a higher version of himself. And to do that, sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone. And, he has challenged me, as well to be, in this wife energy. He has married me. He has turned me into a wife. So that comes with a new role. But it doesn't mean I have to let go of who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm still responsible with who I am. So it's like, regardless of who you with or how long you guys have been together, you still have a responsibility to that person to keep them interested, right? You really, truly do. And there's a lot of competition out here. I don't care what y'all say, like, he's mine, you made a hat on one. It doesn't matter. You have a responsibility to keep him or her interested in you. Seriously, right? So you got to make sure you keep yourself up. You got to make sure you feel sexy. You want to dress appropriately. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that, you're keeping your wardrobe up. Get you some nice pieces. You don't have to buy expensive pieces. There are beautiful pieces at Walmart. Hell, majority of my spring collection came from Target. Okay? They have some very nice, classy, sexy pieces. And the reason I shop at Target a lot is because, I'm part of the In Circle program and I know how to earn all them points with them. Child, listen, I just bought a beautiful piece the other day from Target. That thing was $58. I ended up paying $6 for it because I had points. Okay. I had points. Every time I buy all my cleaning products, I get $15 off. If I spend $50, I get $15. I pay $35 for $50 worth. I hit up all of there. They have some good deals if you know how to catch them. You know what I'm saying? I have some good deals, honey. I go to Target a lot of time. I spend a little bit of nothing. I ain't even gonna lie. I spend a little bit of nothing. So you got to know how to shop their bargains and things of that nature, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Especially as women, I think with us, especially I think what now Sephora has the little sale. Y'all better go catch that sale. Get y'all some good Sephora makeup. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I want to go in there and buy the Dior this. Yeah, get you a nice little Dior lip gloss or something. But guess what? The same company that makes Louis Vuitton, I think, makes Sephora products. It's just they put the name Sephora on one and then Louis Vuitton on the other. So literally the only thing you're paying for is the name. Louis Vuitton has paid to have their name be very pricey. So, of course, you're going to pay pricey stuff for the Louis Vuitton stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or the Dior, but all of that is made with the same product by the same company. It's just when they make the packaging, that's the only thing that's different. But the product is the same. So, we got Sephora getting ready to have their little blowout sale, honey. This is a great time. See, as women, I think we need to know how to shop. One thing about me, I'm learning, shall I say, because I don't think I'm like the shopping guru, but I'm damn close to it, honey. I could buy a lot for a little bit of nothing. Okay. I know how to shop, using points. I know how to shop certain sales and stuff. There are certain apps. So for example, one of my favorite companies to shop for like a nice one piece, y'all. Like the little spandex one piece, because I love like one of those to wear with my Uggs, especially during the winter. I'll wear like a nice spandex one piece with my Uggs and throw like a big coat, like a trench coat over it, like a big sweater over it. You know what I'm saying? I love that little look for the winter. So I love the company Naked Wardrobe, but their one pieces, y'all, their one pieces range anywhere from like $88 to $100 and something, right? Listen, do you know that when you sign up with them for the email, they will email you and say, hey, it's $25 Tuesday, and I think they have $50 Friday. I get that same one piece for $25 on a Tuesday. I got every color. I got every color for $25. All you have to do is sign up with their email. Okay, I think that's all you have to do. Don't quote me on that. Now, there's also an app called Shop. Okay, SHOP. When you go and purchase it through Shop, not only do you get the $25 price tag, Shop you will add points with Shop. So the next time I go, like let's say I spend $50, right? Let's say I buy 2 colors, I spend $50. Shop will say, okay, you earned $10 today. So the next time I go through Shop and purchase another color, I get $10 off. And it was only $25 because I'm going to buy it on a Tuesday. So I get $25 that I pay, and then I get a $10 off coupon from Shop. So guess what? I paid $15 for this $98 one piece. You got to know how to shop out here, y'all. You got to really know how to shop. Okay, so that's the thing about it. When you know how to shop, when you know how to really get out and do your thing, it shouldn't be an issue. It really, truly shouldn't be an issue. So y'all just got to make sure that you're able to, baby, I'm going to call you back. I'm live.
All right.
Yes, y'all got to make sure that you're able to, do the things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you love to shop, go out and find, shopping days where you can go out with a nice little budget and find you some nice little quality pieces. We love a good old TJ Maxx and Marshall's haul. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. For those of you who love to shop, you can make money by doing it. Women love to watch you shop. That's one thing I can say. You know how many people, when they do message me, okay, be like, Sarah, okay, you do another haul, on my vlogs. Women love to watch other women shop. And, you can get you a YouTube channel and you can just, do a little haul on your grocery or on your shopping. Like I went to Target today, I went to Walmart today, I went to Ross today, and this is what I found. And you get views, and next thing you know, you're monetized from YouTube and you're getting paid from that just to show people what you got. Women love to shop. Okay, they are always entertained by shopping. They love it, right? So it's just, you can turn that into a hobby, and you can turn that hobby into a side hustle. Okay, a hobby can turn into a hustle. Now he really gonna be, happy with you because you making your little side money, honey. Every time he give you money to go shop, you taking that camera with you, you showing off your stuff on the haul, honey, and now you making more money. He's like, damn, when you get that extra $500 from, you like, oh, child, my little side business. So yes, you guys, all right, we have to make sure that we are putting more energy into ourselves, okay, spiritually and physically, okay, also emotionally, mentally. You want to cater to your emotions, how you feel about stuff. Have healthy conversations with your significant other. Let them know what you like and what you don't like, especially intimate wise. I think a lot of you are just like, I don't know. The conversations we be having in these consultations, these counseling sessions, honey, I be like, oh, child, I think we're too quiet in the bedroom. You have to make sure you let them know what you like and what you don't like. Okay, that's how I think a relationship can last a long time. But when you don't have those healthy conversations, even when it comes to not just intimacy, but just in general, I like when you hold my hand in public. I like when we're out and we're walking and we're hand in hand, or I love when you be grabbing on me, baby, when we be all out in the rest. Everybody be looking at us like, oh, look at them lovebirds. You know what I'm saying? And that way he'll do more of that. And then he can tell you what it is that he like, and then you can do more of that, or when to do that. It's just having healthy conversations. Closed mouth don't get fed. You got to let them know what you like, okay? And you got to ask them, what do you like? Because trust me, somebody else may just do it. They don't even know that's what he like. They just doing it because that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to keep going over there to them because they do what he like. You don't know what he like. So he's not going to keep coming to you. He's going to consider you boring. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask him, like, what you like, when it comes to this, or what type of foods do you like, or, what don't you like? I told you guys, I was in a relationship for, I think, how long was I with him? I was with him for, I don't even know how long I was with this dude. But anywho, I didn't even know he didn't like meats. I'm just cooking. And I'm just like cooking and cooking. And I wonder why he would only eat the rice and the beans and the gravy, but certain meats he would eat. He never told me. And I never even thought to ask, like, what do you like? You know? So you got to learn how to have those healthy conversations. That way you can cook, his favorite meal, or, what I'm saying? You can select a restaurant that, serve things that he likes. You know what I'm saying? And try new things, hey, baby, we have never had Mediterranean. Let's try that, try to do things like, not to keep it the same or keep it boring, keep it spicy, go different places and things of that nature. And I'm going to tell you something, because a lot of you said, oh, I don't mind, Siren, what if I pay? Like, when do I pay? Sometimes is it okay for me to pay? Yes, it is okay for you to pay for his birthday, Father's Day, and if that's a Christmas present. Okay. Outside of that, a man can pay for the food. He can pay for the food. If it's his birthday, then yes, what I'm saying? Okay, you can pay for his birthday. Father's Day, of course, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe like Christmas, if that's his Christmas gift, part of his Christmas gift, then of course, But like I said, we don't want to take the masculine out of the man. Okay, we don't want to take the masculine out of the man. So I, Siren, think it is very healthy for the man to always pay to feed the woman, to take care of the feminine. He'll be blessed. You won't be blessed. I ain't gonna lie. If you pay for it, you're not gonna be blessed. When you pay bills, y'all, that's why when y'all pay bills and y'all working hard to pay, that's why y'all be so stressed. You know what I'm saying? You be so stressed. When you do what you love, you know what I'm saying? When you step in your purpose and you're making money from doing what you love and stepping in your purpose, that's a totally different frequency you're in. So you don't be as stressed. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a good time. You be like, hell, I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? But when you work in a job that you hate and you clocking in, you're miserable. You're miserable because you're out of your frequency. You're in his frequency. You're in the masculine frequency, right? So, you want to make sure that, you keep him in his energy. It is for the man to take care of the woman. He's going to be blessed. The universe will bless him. Every time he feeds you, the universe will bless him. They will keep his checks coming, okay? They will keep his checks coming. Yes, they will, right? So that's how you keep him in alignment. You got to be like, baby, listen, I want us to stay blessed. I want us to stay blessed and highly favored, honey. You got to pay these bills. You got to feed me. I'll cook and I'll, do this. And like I say, it is okay for the woman to make money for as long as she's doing what she loves. But it is not okay for a woman to clock into a 9 to 5 that she hates. It's not okay. You will not be blessed. You will not be rewarded. As a matter of fact, the universe does not support it, and it will not make it comfortable for you. Okay, eventually you will fall off or just get too miserable or, just always hate your job. Next, that turn into health issues, all type of stuff. Just, It is for a woman to, again, I think the women are supposed to, be at home and cater to, the household, the children, and the relationship until she finds what she loves. If she loves potting plants, if she loves sewing socks, if she loves knitting sweaters, blankets, whatever, and then she turned her hobby into a hustle. Next thing you know, she have a multi-million-dollar corporation. Okay, she started sewing them, one a week, and now she have a whole. They in Target now. They in Walmart. They in Sears, wherever Sears at, right? They're on major stores now. Now they're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of vibe that women get when they do what they love and when they step into their purpose. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until the next time, which may or may not be Wednesday. Y'all just keep me uplifted in your high expectations. I hope your girl is going to be over here on Wednesday. Again, don't forget, go to spiritualcandies.com, y'all, for all of your needs, spiritually, romantically, emotionally, mentally, whatever it is, your girl got you. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.